Music here. Backdrop. Some copyright-free music.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa.
This is copyright free.
It is. This dude fucking bangs.
It's sick.
All right. Slowly diving in. We'll kill the music here. Welcome to another episode of High Risk, High Reward, the live version, the live show. Kind of switching things up a little bit. We're going to try and talk a little bit of sports. One thing that we did want to mention as well, too, if you want to participate, we would love to have you guys. We'll highlight your comments as well, too, down below. But if you want to participate, head on over to YouTube. Head on over to Facebook. I don't even know if we have anybody that watches on Facebook, but if you go there, we'll be able to see your stuff. If you're watching us on Twitter, fortunately, we can't get you involved. We're not looking for you. Head over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe while you're there as well, too. We want to mention as well, too, this show is brought to you by Better Edge, our partners. Make sure you use code 10K over at Better Edge today. Get yourself $20 to bet on sports legally. The best part about it, no fees. You're not going to lose any money that you win. You will lose the money that you lose. Renz can probably speak to that more than anybody here, but you will not lose any money to fees. Better Edge today. Head over there. Make sure you use code 10K. Joined with me today, the usual suspects. We have Cam. We have Renz. If you don't know what high risk, high reward is, we are morons. That's probably the base start right there, is we are dumbasses. And what we like to do is we like to have a little bit of fun with our sports betting. So what you can kind of anticipate out of this show, we will hit on Minnesota sports. We'll talk a little bit maybe about some grievances where we have our issues with sports as well, too. Maybe sports betting. And then as well, too, we play a fun little game at the end. We would love to get you guys involved as well, too. We'll be running the color wheel. Color wheel, if you don't know what that is either, will give us 45 seconds on the clock. We get 3 colors. We have to find 3 sports bets to hit, and you cannot hit one that somebody already has done. You also have to be cautious because we'll explain the rules a little bit later. Let's get in. We'll get introduced to you guys as well, too. Most people probably know you, producer Cam, as the newest hockey guy of 10K. The streak is broken. We've had a lot of things kind of happen recently that need to get brought up in this episode, whether it's 10K news, whether it's just news in general. But Cam, hockey guy, streak broken. We've talked about that before, but how's it feeling?
You know, it's just hockey guy doing hockey things, trying to study the game as much as I can. But we're doing good. We're learning more every day. Just can't get into another losing streak because then I might not be a hockey guy anymore.
Renzi boy, the guy that we call the Plums Master, the big fucking nutsack of 10,000 take, the guy who likes to take. You're probably the most reckless person when it comes to sports betting here, right? Like I think you do it responsibly, but you are very reckless. I mean, explain you, Renzi. How you been?
Well, you gotta take chances. I guess my most recent, I wouldn't even say plums, but I did predict Panthers to beat the Buccaneers a couple weeks back. Hit them with the money line bet. I mean, I'd say that's a plums bet when you can take a team that more than a 10-point spread and just straight up call they're going to win. I think it was like plus 390 or something. So, I mean, that's throw 10, 20 bucks on that. It's a decent payout. I mean,
that's true.
Rather than playing an entire week of games and you make 20 bucks. I mean, it's nice just to bump yourself up a little bit. But
I was thinking about you last night. I had a plums pick. I took the Phillies minus 2.5 on an alternate run line.
Ooh, that's bold. That's bold in baseball. That's a bold pick.
And I think that's kind of the fun thing about this show is that we have people who, like us three, like not only we like shooting the shit, we like to tell you that we like to tell each other we're morons or we're dipshits, but we like to take some risks, and we may only hit on 5% of them, but one of two things happens, right? If we only hit on 5% of our sports bets that we throw out that are just fucking nutsy plays, you either are going to win a lot of money or you're going to have fuel to shit on us and tell us how terrible we truly are, or just that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. So you're welcome either way.
It's almost never the first part.
No, almost never. Yeah, it's usually the, hey, here's fuel to tell these guys suck. But speaking of like big bets, one thing we need to talk about, and I haven't gotten your guys' comment on this since we've done it. I have officially changed my middle name to Mick Golden. It is 100% official. I will once we finish out the paperwork and as we get the license one, I will gladly put a photo out there on my license that'll show this is 100% legit. I did it for the bit. I thought it was very funny, but I want to hear your guys' impressions. What do you guys think about my plums play, my life-based plums play? We'll start with you, Renz. It's your bit. What do you got?
I like it. I thought it was a little silly at first, but hey, it's paying off now, ain't it? So,
we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
I also wondered, how do you change? Like, where do you go?
I literally went to the courthouse, like officially. Like we had to go get a marriage license. So when a mommy loves a daddy, what they do is they go down to the court and try to make it official. Well, this mommy and daddy have been together for 10 years, have 2 kids, and just have never decided to get married. And so you go down there, you fill out your paperwork. When you fill out your initial paper, you can change your name into whatever the fuck you want, and it is free. 100% free. So I recommend, if at any point you're like, I kind of want to do something crazy, start there. It's not going to cost you a goddamn thing. Besides, you'll get a nice tax break in your first year. So you're going to get money off of it, and you can do something funny like me.
What did the missus think of that? She was
100% aboard. So I'll tell you the real story. Here's what happened. I was panicked. On the way there, I was trying to think to myself, I was like, I should just change my first name to Marlo. Nobody ever calls me like by my first name. It just doesn't happen. And then when I got there, I was like, I'm going to do Laser. Because I was like, that's funny.
Laser.
And so I typed out Laser, but I spelled it out Lazer. And immediately, Haley looks at me, she goes, that's not how you spell laser. And I was like, how do you spell it? She's like, this goes to our smarts here. She goes, it's Laser. I was like, well, that's fucking dumb. I even said that out loud.
Yeah, not my laser.
No, not my laser. And so what I did, I was like, that's stupid. I don't want to do laser. So I was like, I'm out. We're not doing it. And so then what I did was I was like, all right, we're changing it to what's the first thing that popped in my head? Let's do Mick Golden. I was like, that's funny as shit. Is one thing I brought it before, I believe, in our chat. And the funniest part about this is cutout footage as well, too, is that I literally in our group chat, I said, I think I put in there Mick Golden, right? And you're like, it's not a fucking McDonald's sandwich. You got to correct that. So thank God that I said something in the chat, because if I
wish I wouldn't have said anything. I wish you would have changed your name to Mick Golden. You would have been
Mick,
Mr. Golden Arches yourself. That would have been fantastic.
When you handed the sheet in, or like I would imagine you handed it to like an actual person, did they have a reaction? Like, did they say
yes
anything?
Yes, she's like, she goes, that's still not the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So she was the most professional woman in the entire world. It was crazy.
I'm sure she's seen some shit.
Yeah, you're in a courthouse, and I guess Washington County isn't terrible, but yeah, you're in a courthouse, you're going to see some goofy ass stuff. Apparently people, one of the most common things that people do is they like mishmash their names, like just make up their own fucking fairy tale name, which is what I should have done. Missed opportunity there to do my first name, so I'm just goofy. But yeah, free. Highly recommend it. It's worth the bit.
Does this mean that you're technically like a newlywed? You're newly married?
In about 10 days, it'll be official. We will be officially locked in. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So now Daddy's gonna have to be responsible with his money, but I think I don't know.
No, you won't.
Or I won't.
He
but
won't.
like I'm saying that, so if she watches it, she'll see this clip and be like, "Oh, what is? I made a right decision.
I married the
right
guy."
She's not watching. You're fine. There's no
definitely. She's definitely not watching this. I suppose what we can do is we can kind of transition. Enough about me. We can kind of transition to Minnesota sports. We can transition stuff around previous what we've talked about, maybe the NFL in general. But one thing I wanted to bring up, we got a couple different talking points before we get to the Vikings. I need to say, Daddy was right, and by Daddy I mean me. Dan Campbell is a fraud. Dan is very bad, and it's, you know what it is, it's the it's the HBO bit. You watch them, you get bought in. The only person that's come out of that looking good at all, Rodrigo, being like the main face of like, or a main character, I guess, in that show. He's coming out, he's looking very well. Dan Campbell is probably on the verge of being fired, you'd say, or do you think they give him more leeway because they've gone through this carousel before?
I think he's done after this year. I actually could see how he gets another year because they like don't know what to do at all. But I think he's gone.
I guess what's the best available options out there, huh?
Urban Meyer.
Okay.
Urban Meyer.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good point. Never mind.
If they go on a run, if they go, I mean, if they win like 6-7 games, he'll be back.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Except they suck. I don't. Jared Goff stinks. I mean, he's not doing him any favors.
No.
Defense stinks.
I can't believe anybody
all
thought that would
stink.
work out well. Like the whole Jared Goff bit. Like I feel like when he was sick, it was a lot of the pieces around sick. I'll say it very loosely. When he was okay, it was the pieces around him. Even then, people are saying, yeah, he's okay. I don't know why they thought that was the move or why that could be the piece that would help them.
You just see all these other quarterbacks like the Bailey Zappi, PJ Walker. Somehow these guys can find ways to win games. And it's not like the Panthers have anyone to fucking write home about. Somehow XFL super and Taylor Heineke, the XFL superstar. Somehow they're making it work.
Yeah,
So.
it's crazy.
There's a reason why Jared Goff was in the most boring Super Bowl to ever exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It can't be much worse than being Matt Ryan though right now, right? Like if you're being told to your face, hey, your arm is not good anymore. I don't even know if it's him saying it. They're just like, no, you can't. Like they know, they're just watching from the outside. Like that dude's broken as shit. Like we can't play him.
It's just that's a funny thing is like Jack's a Colts fan. They're just a QB graveyard. That's where quarterbacks go to die. I hate to say it, but
it was so funny to listen to. Like you guys were on It's a Bit, which dropped this morning as well too. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Which is over on YouTube. It's on Spotify as well too. But if you are here, make sure you head on over to our YouTube, subscribe. You want to interact? Comment there. Comment on Facebook. We'll gladly get you guys involved. We want to hear from anybody and everybody that tunes into the show as well too. But it was funny to listen to you guys list off the amount of quarterbacks that the Vikings had gone through, let alone what the fuck they have going on over there. So
yeah, the Colts quarterback. I someone on like Twitter tweeted it's like next year it'll be Tannehill, and then they said Rodgers and then Cousins. Like they'll just keep going through the old quarterbacks. That's kind of their bet.
Just get them all. But one of the biggest things that happened, we got ourselves a tight end, boys.
Hell yeah.
TJ Hawkinson came to the Minnesota Vikings. Now, one of the things that I pulled as well too, I was looking at his stats versus the NFC North because I know very much so what that is that TJ Hawkinson against, if nobody's been here before, I don't know what the NFC is. I have no idea because I'm a casual fan. I just watch football.
You're
I'm too stupid if NFC North, which I Googled. But I found out that TJ Hawkinson actually has 53.5 receptions against NFC North teams in his very short career that he's had so far, for 515 yards of his total 2068. That dude is ready to catch some passes. He's ready to hopefully be an end zone threat, coming out of not having the best quarterbacks in his career. We'll say that very loosely because I love Stafford, but it is pretty. I think it's going to be a little bit refreshing for him. And on top of that, too, the dude can pass block. Like he's not a bad guy. And like you said, Cam, 26.
Yeah, he's young as hell. And like we literally traded for potentially a top five tight end in the league. And what do? We got rid of a second and a third, but still got 2 fourths back. I would have been fine with a 1/4 back and Hawkinson for a second and a third. Like, we fleeced them. That's what sure. Like I have a grievance against, like, I guess we could bring that in. Like Lions Twitter. I've been like scrolling through it. Have you seen that shit? They're just trying to cope with their misery, but they're like, yeah, we fleeced the Vikings. We got good draft picks and we got rid of Hawkinson for good value. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
That
you guys are aware that you have nobody,
literally their best player except Swift, and they got nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which it's and they're down DeAndre Swift right now, right? Like he's out from injury.
He's probably not going to play this week, so he's been battling injury all year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so your lone piece is Rodrigo.
Yeah, that psychopath Jamal Williams has been doing all right though.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
But he's old. But I know. Sorry, I was just going to say it blew my mind that they traded him in the division. Like, granted, they're not going to compete this year, but still, they have to deal with Hawkinson twice a year now. That's just
right. Well, and then the best thing about that is from our end is that we can rub it in their face when we see that it did actually work and that we didn't get fleeced, or vice versa. We get fleeced and then we can complain. Either way, I mean, no matter what, I don't think it's definitely not a negative thing. So I'm incredibly happy to see us pick up a tight end. Irv Smith, I think we talked about it before as well too. Was Irv Smith? I was like, he's going to be a surprise player this year. Wrong. I suck. I'm stupid. So, and speaking of stupid,
I don't think he'll ever play for us again.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of stupid, I can bring up my grievance. Here is myself. I a few weeks back on one of our episodes brought up and said Zadarius Smith is bad.
I was going to bring this up.
I think I'm no, see, this is where it's good. You were going to sewer me for it, right? And now I'm getting ahead of it. I'm letting you know that I'm the dipshit, so
Yeah.
you can't hurt me. It's the lean into it bit. But I'm ready to admit that I was wrong about Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith is a good player. We'll leave it at that. I like good player.
They granted to play different positions, but it reminds me of Xavier Rhodes, where when he was elite, where they just dominate every week, but they're on the injury report every single week, but they still end up playing. Like he is fucking all over the place. That's probably the biggest steal in free agency, I would say.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith, you said?
Yeah. Did you see someone tweeted the Packers are paying? It was actually Robert Griffin III.
Yeah, great stat to throw out there. We love this one. Read it off.
The Packers are paying Zadarius Smith $11 million this year to dominate for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron is fucking correct, by the way.
Aaron is 100% correct. This motherfucker, I hired this guy back at my old job, and now he's sewering me on my podcast in front of everybody. That's sick. But one of the coolest things that I saw as well too, or one of the more surprising things I think I saw was, speaking of the Vikings, was that coming up against the Commanders, shockingly this week, the line is only at -178 for the Vikings. I thought it would be a lot heavier than that. I was very surprised, and only the spread's at 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually scared. Everyone was saying,
Heineke's good.
Yeah, and everyone was saying the Bridgewater game was going to be the Minnesota trap game. This is the one.
Is it?
I don't think we're going to lose, but this is a lot scarier than Miami for me.
Heineke's the slayer tonight. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and with Terry McLaurin, he's fucking elite too. I mean,
and I would say if we don't tear an ACL on FedEx Field because it's the worst field in the NFL, then it's a success.
So
healthy.
So if you don't mind me asking, do you think we're going to go 0-2 in the next two games? Like straight up, are we going 0-2? Because right now as well, the Minnesota Vikings are sitting at +345 against the Bills. That's right now. Things will change, obviously, but we're at +345 for that game.
No, I think we win this game, but I don't know if we're going to win in Buffalo.
What do you think, Renz? 1-1, 2-0, 0-2?
I think I could see us going, like we talked about last week or week before. They can lose to anyone. I think they can beat anyone. I could see them going 0-2, 1-1, or 2-0.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they're a tough team to bet on. The odds makers, they don't like the Vikings. They still think we're frauds. Everyone thinks we're frauds, which we still might be. I mean, in all honesty, but because guess what? Three NFC teams are above us in the Super Bowl future, ready to win. Just guess.
If I had to guess,
last
week I said the San Francisco 49ers were the better team than Minnesota Vikings. So I'll throw them in there just to play along and dive more into the bit. But it's got to be Bills. My guess is
just
it's
NFC.
odds makers. Oh, just NFC. I couldn't tell you then because I don't know what the NFC is.
I'm going to go with Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Is that it?
49ers are 500.
The Cowboys are fucking
fraud. Cowboys.
And the Cowboys they suck. I mean, their defense is unbelievable, but Dak Prescott had one good game. I mean,
Brent, we're going to be at that Buffalo game. If you don't pick Vikings money line, I'm going to find you. And I'm
going to. You have
we're
to.
riding.
I'm going to hammer it.
We're riding.
Hammer.
You better put it out as a plums play, and that line could change too. It could go even more of a bigger payout, which wouldn't be the end of the world. That'd be pretty sick, actually.
I think I'm going to drop like 10 units on it. I'm just going to say fuck.
That's what I think.
Why not?
It's going to be a big bet. I mean, you have to when you're going.
Yeah.
I can't wait for our text thread just to be blown up throughout the entirety of this. It's going to be a fucking blast.
If the Vikings win that and I put 10 units on it, I am throwing up in a Buffalo bar.
You better puke on a table and then dive your ass right through that table. That's what you better do.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know. I do think 1-1. For once, I'm going to be positive about the Commanders, and I'm going to say they're going to stomp them.
Hell yeah.
But that line, I don't really like how low that is. I don't like 178. I would thought it'd be like a 230-ish, maybe like a plus or minus 230. That's where I expected the line to be. When I looked, it was just shocked to see that. Like, granted, 178 is still not a good payout, but that is a little worrisome. And I don't know why I put so much faith in the odds makers besides what I've seen on TV. But my eye test is pretty stupid, as you guys have seen as well too. Skull Steelers. But we can kind of transition. Of course, one of the most popular teams going right now, your Minnesota Wild, have turned around and are looking pretty good. Currently sitting right now third in the Central as well too. Kirill Kaprizov is tied for third in goals in the NHL.
That guy's pretty good.
He's okay. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I heard about him maybe last week, first time. But
Mhm.
he's looking pretty solid. Cam, as the hockey guy, tell us about your Minnesota Wild. What do we got?
I think we're buzzing now, but I am scared. The injury bug is starting to plague us. Duhaime's out for a while now too. We got to stop that shit. But otherwise, dude, Flower is on fire.
He is looking great. He's making those saves like we talked. We still are seeing some of those defensive lapses, which are just going to happen in hockey. And you hope that they don't come as often as they have been. But the best part about him is that Flower has been there. Flower has been active in making those big saves in the point where before he was a little slow to it. I don't know if he's just it seems like he had a wake up call when he was straight up told Bill, he goes, "Hey, I'm playing like ass cheeks right now." I think, don't quote me on that. It's the exact saying. But he said something along those lines. Not like Jake Middleton, who said nobody had their buttholes clenched in an interview the other day, which is hilarious. That guy is slowly proving to be my favorite hockey player that we have right now. But they're coming up against a Seattle Kraken team, and currently they're sitting at -198 in that game. Kraken have a very similar record as well too, and are actually one of the more surprising teams in the NHL. Granted, how shit they are, and they were scratching their number two overall draft pick from last year, which is surprising. Surprising they're doing that. They have a solid goaltender, but Minnesota Wild coming up against Seattle is a little. I don't like that line either. That worries me. I thought
-195 is fucking horrible.
I would not bet that whatsoever. I think that's a game where I don't touch. I think it's one where I stay away from. Granted, I do like the Wild in that one. That's the only problem with hockey is no matter how much you like a team, they're going to lose games. And so you just have to find the right ones. This does feel like it could be a loss, but I saw the stats before as well too. The Wild currently are 1-3 against Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if they can. The stats don't look great, and the team that struggled early in the season, they may not be able to pull it off. But I don't know. I think they lose. I think they do lose against Seattle.
I don't think I could ever bet on a Wild game again. Every time I do, they fucking lose. So I'm done betting on them.
That's smart. Look at that. Taking one on a sports betting show, officially claiming that he is done betting to help out for the better sake of the team. That's a true hockey guy, though. No, that's the thing is you're sacrificing your body, kind of like getting a Bill Guerin tattoo for the bit as well, too, for a video over on YouTube. Make sure you check it out. Subscribe.
What the fuck did that?
I don't know, some dipshit who would change his middle name to a beer. But
your personal life you're committed.
I did say this. Someone brought it up the other day. I was like, am I going too quick on some of this shit? And then someone's like, you're just dedicated. And I'm like, yeah, but at this pace, I'm fucking skydiving without a parachute in a week or so. I'm on a
with a guy like you
path.
with so many tattoos, I mean, what's another one, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I'm not a huge tattoo guy. I don't know what the significance for them are for you.
No, none.
They are
none
for
at
you,
all.
but, yeah.
No. I have my buddy's face tattooed on my leg. Shout out Bogey. He is very much alive, very well. I lost a bet to him, a fantasy football or hockey bet to him. And so his face is permanently tattooed on my leg.
Since this is a betting podcast, we might have to do a bet where you have to get me and Cam's little cartoon faces on you somewhere.
I think since you just said you're not a tattoo guy, I need to come up with a creative way to get you a tattoo.
I'm not I have one, so I don't have a problem getting another one. Whatever.
Hey, who the hell is that guy that you just highlighted?
I don't know. R.I.P. James the Bear, if we lose against Seattle, I literally just said, thank you for the comment. I literally just said that I think we're going to lose. So why the fuck would I do that? I am debating on shaving the beard after I get married. I got to lock her down, get the middle name official, which is what I really care about, and then shave it off. I might.
You can let the double chin fly after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we'll see how very ugly that I am. But in regards to that as well, too, a couple big things happening within our realm as well, too. The 10K fantasy football team has been taken off. Now, before you X out, because nobody wants to talk about fucking fantasy football, it is important to note that the last place team in our league has to go through a paintball gauntlet. And right now, my homies over at Wild Takes are not looking very good. It is very disappointing. And the worst part about this, I need to bring this up quick. I texted them and I said, hey, we had Joe Burrow. We just needed 2 points. They had Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
Mhm.
He just needed 15. Like I said, just needed 15. That's a lot to ask for a tight end. But I was like, it is possible. Like Burrow was popping the fuck off recently. And so I was rooting him on the whole game. I tuned in and I was like, how the fuck are we at negative 0.16 at halftime with Joe Burrow? Meanwhile, their tight end was sitting at like 6 points. And I was like, not bad. I was like, all right, they can pull it off. And sure as shit, they eat an L, and State of School moves or separates that gap between second to last place.
I don't know. I'm not giving up hope. We need State of School to finish last because I need to watch Eli just get murdered by paintballs.
And on top of that too, so I think it's more so that everybody wants to see that. But the second thing is that we didn't think about the fact that of Wild Takes, which I disavowed before the season started. I said I'm not a part of their team. We have one person who lives here. We have one person who lives in Arizona. We have one person who lives in North Carolina. It's like, well, that just leaves Zooch to run the gauntlet unless we're paying the fees for those two motherfuckers to fly up to Minnesota. Hey, come up. We're going to hit you with paintballs, and you can go back.
I know.
I don't think they're hopping on that plane.
I know Austin Lundeen, our very own, he's a crazy motherfucker. He was ripping Jameson shots after Rossi got a point last night. We could get him to sneak attack Danks because he lives in Arizona too.
There we go. Ooh,
There
that
we
might be
go.
the play.
Yeah, they got paintball guns everywhere.
And then I'm sure, like, if we get in contact with like Dev's wife, she'll do some shit. So we can get
Okay, we'll find a workaround. We'll be okay. But I think the one thing about this show, for all of you guys who are new here, once again, make sure you head over to YouTube if you guys want to participate, chat with us as well too. We'll highlight your comments, like Aaron here, who told me I'm a fucking loser and need to stop talking about other sports because I'm the one who said Zadarius Smith was dog shit. But if you guys head over there, make sure you subscribe, comment as well too. If you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, we can see your comments. If you're on Twitter, we can't see you. So make sure you head over there. Let us know what you think. Chat with us. But we'll probably transition here. We're a shorter show. We don't like to drag on and talk about bullshit like it's a bit. It's just such a boring fucking. I'm just kidding,
Yeah.
Cam. I wanted to hear you disavow them, but I listen to that shit all the time. Anyways, but I think what we're doing is we're gonna dive into a little bit of a game here. If you guys are unfamiliar, you've never tuned into this show, we are gonna play the color wheel. Now, Renz, we feel bad. We had you play this last time. We kind of fucked you over. Didn't really explain the rules about how it works. So let me break it down.
I should have
real quick.
known. I should have
Yeah, you watch our shit all the time.
it also wasn't your first time. So
No, it wasn't.
Wait, okay. So
it's probably
you
like your
fucked up.
fifth time.
Marlo doesn't remember, but yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
All right. Either way, we're going to do the color wheel. Essentially, how the color wheel works is each of us will spin. We will get 3 colors. Whatever ones we land on, we have to place a bet on those colors. How it works, though, is let's say you get blue as your color, and the team you want to bet is playing another blue team. You cannot bet them. You can only take the over if the other team has the opposing color. Makes sense, right? We also cannot bet the same exact game as one another. Now, what I want to ask is anybody that is currently listening to this right now, I think we should allow them to choose the order. I would love for anybody right now, first person to
Anyone.
throw a comment in, will pick the order in which we play this game while I try to get my...
And we're waiting until someone does.
We're
Well,
going to sit here in dead fucking silence until somebody tells us
we're
what
gonna be
order.
here a while.
Which I'm also bummed no one's mentioned anything about my giant beer bottle. By the way.
I was going to say, you're really leaning into the white trash bit, or like the Will Ferrell bit. I did bring that up to my wife the other day. I was like, honey, are we white trash? And she's like, yeah, I think we are. we really we're really, I mean, I have 2 last names. I have a beer middle name. I wear tank tops as well too. What the fuck? Okay, Sam. All right, Sam, you decided the order. We appreciate that. Renz, Cam, Marlo,
Thank you.
letting Renz off fucking easy, which is bullshit. We also have dropped the
God.
timer. So meanwhile, I think I forgot to mention this. We're gonna do 45 seconds. You have 45 seconds to get your bets in as well too after we get you your colors. So let me pull up our spinner here. All right. Make sure we got you. You boys got the wheel here.
Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Just as like a editor's note, click full screen makes it better.
I don't know how the fuck that works. What are we?
Right there.
Oh, there. I'm
Yeah.
too stupid. All right. Anyways, it didn't work. Here we go. We're gonna spin and get Renzi's first colors here. Let's write this down as well too.
Let's get a green. Let's get a
Ren's
green.
got a big fat
Look at that.
green. Not the worst color in the world, to be entirely honest with you. A lot of options.
Oh,
on
it's a
hockey's
lot.
back. Second color here. We'll get this bad boy spinning. So we have green. We have blue, silver. This is a new one. We haven't done this one before. So I threw silver inside of there as well too. Skull Raiders, right?
Silver.
Faith and Car, not bad.
Pretty
Last color here before we get into you doing your bets. Cam, will you pull up a timer in the meantime?
bad. Yeah.
We have yellow. Okay.
Yellow.
All right. Yellow. So yellow, silver, and green is what we're sitting at here. So, Cam, when you are ready, let him know when he's got to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Green's going to be Tulane money line.
Oh, you
Green.
son of a bitch.
That's
Of course
what-
you're doing Tulane. Of
Against-
course.
The Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
Who are they playing?
Tulsa.
What
Stop
night is that?
distracting me. For silver, I'm taking the Raiders -1.5 against the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is a bitch. He sucks.
That's not true.
That's
We have Etienne. How do you say his name?
Yellow, I'm taking Vikings -3.5 against the Commanders.
All right, that was real fucking quick. I couldn't even.
Is that allowed? Are the Commanders yellow? Because I think the Commanders have yellow.
No,
I think they have
they
yellow.
don't.
Yeah,
Wait.
they're burgundy and gold.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's
Fine,
yellow.
Chiefs money line.
There you
Fine,
go.
that'll work.
How much time do you have left there?
He
You
had
fucking
1 second.
screwed.
1 second left.
Oh my god! All right, can you read them off for us one more time for the people that couldn't keep up with that mayhem as I was trying to fuck your world up?
Tulane money line against
Bam.
Tulsa. Raiders -1.5 and Chiefs money line.
All right.
Renz,
Not
I don't think the Chiefs will cover that game. I think money line is the play. I don't think they'll cover 12.5 against
the odds are
Titans.
-473. Have fun winning a nickel.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Not
such
when
a
you put
cop
10
out.
units on it. Fine.
That's-
Fine. If you want,
you
I'll take 12.5. I don't
You
care.
can't change it now.
No, it's too late. No, it's gone.
Okay.
If you want to be a scumbag, you can be a scumbag. It's totally fine.
Well, when you guys throw these yellows, and we might have to change the rules. I
What
mean,
are we talking about? The rules have been the same. It's colors. If you can't read,
That doesn't mean they're good. Rules are meant to be changed.
No, that's a bad take. That's a freezing cold take.
Yeah, Sam. Tulane.
What was your issue here?
Nothing. I just get confused. There's so many. Every team, especially in the NFL, have so many. They share so many colors. You could probably go through every game, and you could probably see it. They share a color somewhere in here.
Now, here's the deal, though. There is.
Let's
a rule
go down
there.
the line.
You motherfuckers,
Eagles,
listen.
Texans.
If-
Where do they share? I'm sure they share a color somewhere. White.
Yeah,
No, which
They don't.
we don't have that on the color wheel. And motherfucker, we told you if if there's you could take
It doesn't
over.
matter. It's over.
It's just like you're arguing against rules that fucking exist. You could take it
Because they're
over.
not working out for me. That's why.
This is- Oh my god!
It's election day next week. This is the kind of discussions we need to have.
You're welcome, America.
Yeah.
Welcome to HR.
Thought this was
All right.
America.
Cammer, you got silver as well too. Not terrible. A little bit tougher.
Not great.
Color number 2. As we spin, we have red. Oh, wait, I don't know what's happening. A little choppy. Red. All right, silver, red. Fuck off. Go away. And the last one here, we have blue. Silver, red, blue. Pretty generic, pretty boring colors. But let's see what you got, Cam. 45 seconds on the clock to get your 3 bets. Cannot be the same ones that Renzi has. On your market, set, go.
We're gonna go with blue first. I'm gonna take Chargers -3 over the Falcons.
Okay.
Ooh.
Silver.
Wait, Chargers are blue?
Yeah. What are the
I don't know if
Falcons?
they're blue.
What's the color of the Falcons'
Anyway,
eyes?
Silver. I'm gonna go with Spurs. Money
Ew.
line Clippers.
Basketball.
Oh,
Spurs money line. That's
Wait,
where
isn't
my-
the Clippers silver?
the Clippers there have a silver outline. I'm not even kidding. I think they're around the seas.
red?
I'll look it up.
Red. We're gonna go Wizards 76ers over 219. Greece.
Don't the Sixers have red in it? Also, by the way, Clippers have
Oh,
silver,
the
and you have
Clippers
you have 5
silver.
seconds.
Listen?
You have
No.
5 seconds. They have silver.
Spurs money line Saturday over the Nuggets.
All right, time's up.
And I
time
did
is
take.
up.
Renz is trying to give me shit. I took over 219 for the red, but the Wizards and Sixers both have red, but that's okay.
I know. I remember that rule.
Oh, you took the over? Yeah, Renz's rule is what we call it. The rules that existed from the beginning. It's the
I'm
Renz
fired
rule
up.
Read them off first.
Lorenz
What do you
rule.
got? You got it in with literally 1 second left. That was unbelievable.
All right, I got the Spurs money line Saturday over the Nuggets. I have Chargers -3.5 over the Falcons, and then I have Wizards 76ers tonight, actually, over 219.
All right. Not bad.
Wait, actually, I'm a fraud, by the way. That's
Why's
my
that?
fault. I get a punishment. That game is in the fucking fourth quarter.
Oh,
Ooh, that's worse than
Oh.
anything I've ever done. What
Oh.
a loser. Oh, man.
you know what? Since we have a live studio audience, what I want to do is first person. This might be Plo.
No, I'm not
First-
fucking agreeing to what he says.
First person that comments and tells us how many units Cam should throw on 2, 3, or 4. 2, 3, or 4. First person to comment it.
Well,
Cam
he's
is gonna have to do it
four.
because I don't have a wheel set up, so I guess we don't have a choice.
4.
2, 3, or 4. Who wants to be the first one to pick for
How many
Cameron?
units I have to place on both bets? Because
Yep. To be fair, yeah, he lost the third one since he didn't get it in time, so he is going to have to.
I literally bet on a game in the fourth quarter.
That's embarrassing. that's probably the biggest fuck up. Oh, you hate to see it, Cameron.
4.
4 full fucking
right.
fat units on those games. What are the 2 games you said you had? You had Spurs over Nuggets.
Which isn't going to happen.
Never mind.
And then Chargers -3.5. I just lost 8 units. Cool.
Ouch. All right, spinning for me. What colors do we got on my end? Oh, we got a purple. All right.
Mm.
3 point.
Okay. All right.
Purple.
All right. Purple for the first one. Second color we're sitting on, we are going with a gold. Okay, or yellow. Either way, whatever. And the last color that I will get in my timer is going to be orange.
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 Nah, green. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh.
Orange.
All right.
Pick the Broncos. They're on a bye.
All right. Pull the stream back up here. Make sure we're not missing anything. All right. We'll get us back in a full frame here as I take my 45 seconds to. Oh.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So I forgot my colors already. We got purple, we have yellow, we have orange. So what we're going to do is we are
Can't pick
going
the
to go.
Vikings.
We're going to go. No, I want to go Vikings -3. That's at -105. We're taking that one for sure.
For what color? Because the Commanders have yellow.
Good question.
Yeah.
Purple.
Which colors?
Now, as for yellow and orange, I'm definitely going to take the Flyers. Oh, Flyers spread. We're going to go 1.5 over the Ottawa Senators because
Flyers.
they're going to be the favorite.
Flyers
And
for orange. Or for
then-
yellow, right?
That's for orange. Yellow, we are going
The
to
Senators
go.
got all sorts of colors in there.
I'm going to go.
We might need to check this.
Shut the fuck
It's in
up.
review.
You know what? I'm going to go. Ooh, I'm going to go bold because it's fun. Let's go Buffalo Sabres money line over the Carolina Hurricanes on Friday.
Literally.
What
one-
color did you pick for the Senators? Is that yellow?
Canes. Canes is yellow. Or I'm sorry, the Canes game.
I don't
Jesus
know. The
Christ.
Senators.
What?
Their one logo's like
Ignore
gold,
me. I'm-
yellowish.
I said the Buffalo Sabres over the Carolina Hurricanes is what I said. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So Sabres on Friday, money line. I always forget my bets. I think Saturday we had Flyers for orange.
Was that over the Sabres too?
That was nope, that's over. I always forget my bets. This
You
is
gotta
the
stop
fun
taking
part of
edibles
the game.
before the podcast.
Holy shit!
if you can't remember them,
I mean, we could pick some for you.
yeah.
It's just like suddenly disappeared, and I know I fuck. Oh, it
There's
was
Flyers.
Flyers 1.5 for orange,
And then the Vikings, right?
and then Vikings
Minus-
-3.
yeah.
All right, not bad, not bad at all.
We got
Feeling
through. it.
good. The hardest part about this, for those who missed this as well, too, Cam is going to have to bet 4 units thanks to our lovely homie Plo for him fucking up and picking and trying to bet a game that was active right now. Scummy.
Mhm.
After yelling at Renz and shaming him for not knowing the rules,
Yeah.
he went against the rules immediately. But
You
the
know
good
what,
thing is
Cam?
he confessed to it because none of us would have noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, Cam?
I'm a man of I'm a man of my word. Is that the saying? I don't know.
I'm a good guy, so I'll
Does
put
that
four.
sound
I'll put 4 units on the Chiefs money line too for you.
Ooh.
You're a great man.
So,
Yeah, -475.
You know what I am going to do?
Watch them lose.
I want you to know that I'm a team guy. Obviously, I got the tattoo. I changed the middle name. I'm all about 10K. What I'm going to do is I feel like that Flyers -1.5 is going to pay out fat. I'm going to throw 4 units on the Flyers -1.5.
God,
Look at us.
you guys are great. It's just
It's
guys.
us.
Team guy. I'm even going to write that down so I don't forget it. Plus 4 units on Flyers on that game, whoever the fuck they're playing. I already
First of
forgot.
all, I'm not gonna lie. Plo just came up with the greatest idea ever.
What do we got? Let's get we're does it even show? Then you have to get a
Group
group 3-leg parlay
three-leg
using
parlay.
3 colors. Ugh.
Let's
Ugh.
fucking go.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
love it.
Ugh.
I love that.
That's gross. I don't
Oh,
like that at all.
Well, you're a pussy, so
Yeah,
That is true.
that could be your next tattoo, pussy.
Yeah. I thought you whatever 3-leg parlay. But anyways, this was the first time doing a live show. We don't know if this is any good. We appreciate any feedback at all. We want to thank anybody and everybody for tuning in as well too. For those who left the like in the stream as well too. If you guys don't know who we are High Risk High Reward. We're a sports betting stupid show within 10,000 takes. Make sure you head over to our YouTube, subscribe. Make sure you head over to the Twitter. We are actively on there at 10K Stakes as well too, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys head over to Better Edge, use code 10K, get yourself $20 as well too. And we love you. I guess that's it. Bye. Any last words from you boys?
God bless.
God bless America.
God bless Kirk Cousins.